Hey y'all, hey. Good evening. It's Melinda. Just checking in with y'all for today. I just was running through some things have been running through my mind, and God just kind of won't let it go. And I've written it down a couple of times, and I thought about it, and I understood what God was saying. It didn't seem like it was a big deal initially, so it really didn't. Just okay, whatever it is. But if God keeps pressing something on you, that means that He wants it to be said, because there's a correction that He wants to have made immediately. So here's the thing: in this day and time, gospel music is treated like anything else. It's an industry, it's an art form, it's just something that they do, and the only difference is they're singing about the things of God as opposed to singing about the things of the world and the carnal or materialistic parts of life. That's gospel music. But it's not how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be intentional. It's supposed to be singing about the gospel. It's supposed to be correct in its scriptural interpretations about who God is and what it is that God is saying. So we've kind of gotten away from that. And we hear songs, they sound real good. You're like, oh, that sounds good. You like it, and you're singing it. And then one day, months after you started singing, maybe sometime even years after, you'll get a check in the spirit, and He'll say, that's not me, or that's not how I feel, or that's not what my word says. But we get caught up in the melody and the flow of the song. We get caught up in the rhyme of it, even just the notes that's in the song that gets your emotions and your body caught up in what is being said. But God is wanting to correct us because we're singing things that are not correct. Therefore, you're putting the wrong perceptions in your mind, and it's going to hinder your faith because you're not putting the word in action as it should be. One thing that He keeps getting after me about is reckless. That word being used to describe Him. God said, I am not reckless. God says, nowhere in my word do you find that I am reckless. This is what He says to me concerning that song, because I was singing it one day. And in the midst of singing it, He like, that's not me. I'm not reckless. And I was like, well, it's the song. And I started to think about, well, wait a minute. Nowadays, most of our Christian songs aren't even written by Christians. A lot of them are written by their worldly record labels, their writers. They don't know who God is. They put stuff together that they think sounds good. And then we get caught up in the sound of the song. We get caught up in what we want it to mean, because we can't think of a better word to describe the Lord. However, the Lord is saying that He is not reckless. He wants us to stop calling Him reckless. The definition of reckless, I wrote it down, is to be without thinking or caring about the consequences of an action. That is not God. He is not reckless. Now, will He climb up mountains to help us, metaphorically speaking? Will He tear down walls to help us? He most certainly will. There is no place that you can go or get into where God is not able to reach you, because He is everywhere. So we're okay in that. But when you describe His love as reckless, God found offense to that. And He let me roll with that for a while, thinking, yeah, this is a good song. And then he just cut me off one day, like, no, I'm not reckless. I am intentional in what I do. How can I be reckless, giving no regard to consequences or actions of my own or someone else's, and still be intentional? I am not. I am perfect in what I do. I have a reason for doing everything that I do. I don't do anything and hope, I'm going to throw this to the wind and let's hope that I get the result that I want. That's not God. When God created the earth in Genesis, the heaven and the earth, He spoke and He said what He wanted it to be, how He wanted it to be. He intentionally said what He wanted and how He wanted it to be. When He tells us about our future there in Jeremiah 29:11, He tells us, I know the plans I have for you. He's intentional in all of it. So though it may be overwhelming, and though we maybe didn't find a better way to describe whom God is or what His love is, He says the description of reckless is not a good description of whom He is. And He would like us to not describe Him as reckless, because He has full regard of what He's doing. Everything He does, if He does something for me, those people that He has to do it through, He has an intention for them too. Nobody is left without intention. No one in the plan has no purpose or no intention to where that thing, that interaction with you and how God is using them to bless you or to for you to bless them, however it is, it's going to be something in that for them. And there's going to be a trickle effect to everyone around them. God is intentional. He has all of this mapped out. So when we started saying reckless, that he wasn't liking that. And I held on to that and I sat on that for months because I didn't want to deal with it. I didn't want to hear folks saying whatever. But the thing is, that is not who I am. I know you bought your t-shirts and I know you got your bumper stickers, but God said that I'm not reckless. And if you know me, you know that I am not reckless. If you know what the word reckless means, you know that God is not reckless, but he intentionally allowed things to go the way they did so he can show himself strong, so he can get the glory out of your life and out of whatever situation it may have been. But did he do this recklessly, haphazardly, without any regard? He did not. He is intentional in what he does. And he wants us to know that I have an intention for your life. Everything I do is intentional. Even if I come to save you, I'm saving you in a way that this is going to build on something else and something else is going to build on something else. It's intentional. He's strategic. I say it all the time. God is a strategic God. He knows what he is doing. He plays chess where everybody else is trying to figure him out. He don't look 4, 5, 20, 30, 40 moves down the board. And he already knows what it is that he wants to do in your life, in my life, and so on. So although we're looking for the entertainment factor, we got to stick to the word. It ain't real gospel if the word ain't in it. It ain't gospel if they ain't saying Jesus. Let's just be real. They have worldly songs where they say hallelujah. They have worldly songs where they saying God. But you hardly ever have a worldly song that says Jesus. So let the gospel be the gospel. Let us be true to what we are saying when it comes to God. Let us not get caught up in the whole rigmarole. It sounds good, or our favorite artist sings it. They got that one wrong. And they sang it anyway, but they're under contract. They kind of have to. But we don't. Let us be true to God over any and everything. Let us not do anything over God. He's saying, I'm not reckless. Don't describe me as that. Okay? Think on that. If you don't believe what I say, consider what I say. Take it to God in prayer and pray about it. And see what God says. And see if he says, okay, it's still okay for you to call me reckless. Even though I know I'm perfect. Even though I know I'm intentional in what I do. Y'all be blessed now. But consider that. God is not reckless. The gospel is true. And let us sing the gospel. I don't care who's singing the song. If the song ain't true, then we ain't singing it, right? All right, y'all have a blessed evening.